Okay, introduction to management. By definition, management is a process of designing and maintaining an environment in which individuals work together in groups to effectively and efficiently achieve its goals and objectives by using management functions such as planning, organizing, staffing, and controlling. So we can say that management success is successful rather if the desired output result has been achieved. So management process, we have the planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. So planning means the determination of what is to be done, how and where it is to be done, who is to do it, and how the results are to be evaluated. So choosing an appropriate organizational goals and courses of actions to best achieve those goals. Organizing. So organizing refers to the systematic arrangement of different aspects of business operations to achieve the planned objectives. So the organizing establishes a task or authority relationships that allow people to work together to achieve the organizational goals. Then staffing. So it involves a man in the organizational structure through proper and effective selection, appraisal, and development of personnel to fill the roles designed into the structure. So the main purpose of staffing is to hire the right people for the right jobs to achieve the objectives of the organization. Then we have the directing. So in directing, managers determine the direction, state a clear vision of employees to follow, and help employees understand the role they play in attaining goals. Then we have the controlling. So controlling, managers evaluate how well the organization is achieving its goals and take corrective actions to improve their performance. So it establishes an accurate measuring and monitoring systems to evaluate how well the organization has achieved its goals. Next, we have this level of management. So the top management, president, the CEO, executive vice presidents. So top management sets the mission and goals, develop policies, evaluates the overall performance of various departments responsible for the business as the whole, and is concerned mainly with the long-term planning. Next is the middle management, so plant managers, division managers, department managers. So the middle level management develops departmental goals, execute the policies, plans and strategies determined by top management, develops medium-term plans and supervises and coordinate lower-level managers' activities. Then we have this first-line management, the foreman, supervisor, office managers. So the lower-level management takes charge of day-to-day operations, is involved in preparing detailed short-range plans, is responsible for smaller segments of the business, execute plans of middle management, guides staff in their own subsections, and keep close control over their activities. Then management as a science and an art. So science in the state that it is a collection of a systematic knowledge, collection of truth, and inference after continuous study and experiments. It is a fundamental principles discovered. Art uses the known rules and principles and uses the skills, expertise, wisdom, experiences to achieve the desired result. So management is a combination of science and an art. So management has got two faces like a coin. On one side, it is an art. On the other side, it is a science. So management has a scientific principles which constitutes the elements of science and skills and talents which are attributes of art. So management is both an art and science. Okay, forms of business organization. You have this sole proprietorship, generally owned by one person, often small service-type businesses. Owner receives any profit, suffers any losses, and is personally liable for all debts. Then the partnership. So in partnership owned by two or more people, share profits equally unless otherwise agreed upon. Often retail and service typed a business, generally unlimited personal liability. So it has also a partnership agreement. Corporation. So corporations ownership dividends into shares, separate legal entity, organize other corporation law, limited liability. So basic forms of business organization. Sole proprietorship owned by one person, operated for personal profit. Partnerships owned by two or more people, operated for joint profit. And you have these corporations, legal entity owned by individuals, operated for joint profit. A manager is someone whose primary responsibility is to carry out the management process within an organization to achieve the organizational goals. Changing nature of organizations and work has blurred the clear lines of distinction between managers and non-managerial employees. So rules of the manager, you have a rule is a set of specific tasks a person performs because of the position they hold. Roles are directed inside as well as outside the organizations. So in 1960, Henry Metzberg conducted a study to understand about the managerial rules. He identified 10 managerial rules that are common to all managers. So these 10 managerial rules are grouped under the interpersonal, decisional, and informational rules. So under the interpersonal rules, you have there the figurehead, the leader, the liaison, and in decisional rule, you have the entrepreneur, disturbance handler, resource allocator, and the negotiator. For informational, you have the monitor, disseminator, and the spokesperson. So, interpersonal rule, the figurehead, this represents the company on social occasions, attending the flag hosting ceremony, receiving visitors, or taking visitors for dinner, etc. Leader, in the role of a leader, the manager motivates, encourages, and builds enthusiasm among the employees, training subordinates to work under pressure, forms part of the responsibilities of a manager. Liaison consists of relating to other outside the group or organization. It serves as a link between people, group of organization, the negotiations of prices with the suppliers regarding the raw materials is an example for the role of liaison. Decisional rule. For the entrepreneur, it acts as an initiator and designer and encourages changes and innovation. Identify new ideas, delegate idea and responsibility to others. Next is disturbance handler. It takes corrective actions during disputes or crises, resolves conflicts among subordinates, adapts to environmental crises. Then resource allocator. This decides distribution of resources among various individuals and groups in the organization. Negotiator negotiates with subordinate groups or organization. Both the internal and external represents department during negotiations of union, contracts, sales, purchases, budgets, represents departmental interest. Then for the informational rule, you have there the monitor, so it emerges as nerve center of internal and external information about the information. Disseminator, transmit information received from other employees to members of the organization. Spokespersons transmit information to the people who are external to the organization, example the government, media, etc. For instance, a manager addresses a press conference announcing a new product, launch, or other major deal. So management skills. Conceptual skills. So in conceptual skills, this refers to the ability to think and conceptualize abstract situations. These abilities are required for making complex decisions. In short, it is the mental capacity to develop plans, strategies, and vision. So it has the ability to analyze and diagnose situations and feel the cause and effect. Human skills. So the human or interpersonal skills, this includes the ability to understand other people and interact effectively with them. The human skills are also important in creations of an environment in which people feel secure and free to express their opinions. In short, it is the ability to work with other people in teams. So it has an ability in dealing people and how getting along with them. Then the third one is the technical skills. So technical skills, those skills which includes the knowledge, abilities, and proficiency in activities involving methods, processes, and procedures in the relevant fields as accounting, engineering, manufacturing, etc. Or in short, it is the ability to use the knowledge and techniques of a particular discipline to attain ends. So it is job-specific knowledge required to perform a task. Proficiency in performing an activity in the correct manner with the right techniques. Design skills. So the design skills, these skills enable a manager to handle and solve any kind of unforeseen or actual problems that may crop up into the organization, such as problem could arise due to internal factors or external factors and or both. In short, it is the problem-solving skills. Communication skills. So communication skills is the ability of exchanging ideas and information effectively to understand others and let others understand comprehensively. So being a good communicator is a good listener also. So you have there a good body language, clarity of concision, friendliness, confidence, empathy, open-mindedness, and respect. Leadership skills. So it is the ability to influence other people to achieve the common goal. Okay, that's all. Thank you.